And welcome to Small Business Today Magazine Talk Show on the SBT Magazine Radio Network. I'm Steve Levine. I'm Executive Publisher of Small Business Today Magazine.
I'm Barbara Davis, being Associate Publisher, Creative Director, Head Writer, Editor, and all that in a box of Cracker Jacks for Small Business Today Magazine.
And we do it all. Yes, we do. And we also co-host the show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the SBT Magazine Radio Network. And it's our pleasure to bring you the show and introduce the people that you need to know.
That's right.
People that can help you with your business, whether you're a startup entrepreneur, small business owner, large business owner. There's great content on this show provided by our columnists, our cover honorees, our clients, people who've written books, experts, people who do seminars and workshops. We really do have a terrific collection of
whole gamut
of guests on this show.
Youthpreneurs, and the mothers love them.
Yes, right. Next on Springer. Youthpreneurs and the mothers love them. Shows about veterans, all kinds of different subjects. And one of my favorites was Why Business Marriages Don't Work, which is closely tied into why marriages don't work.
Which is closely tied why we don't work.
Why you don't work. That's right, because I do all the work. That's why.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you're not familiar with Small Business Today magazine, we are a publication, both hard copy and digital edition. The centerpiece of each magazine is a cover story about somebody who's built a successful business practice here in Houston without a licensee or franchisee agreement, without that support.
That's right.
And has an inspiring story and serves as a role model for this and future generations of entrepreneurs. The way they get on the cover is they're nominated by one of the members of the Publishers Advisory Board.
They cannot pay to be on the cover.
Nope.
It's more based on what they're, not about their dollar volume, but that they've started with nothing and built something, and they give back to the community. Those are the two most important factors of what makes them be special and worthy of the cover.
Once we have a nomination, then I filter to 10 or 12 of the board members at random. There's about 35 board members on Small Business Today, and they give a vote.
That's
and
right.
It must be a unanimous vote amongst those 8, 10, or 12.
And here's a perfect example of somebody that gives back. Patricia Weiss, every one time that someone uses one of her pink shredders, a portion of the proceeds goes to the Susan Komen Foundation, and helps the local breast cancer research in Houston. So she's based in a local giving back to the community.
And the most popular page in the magazine
is the one I came up with at the end of every cover story. Is the takeaway notes or do's and don'ts of business or best business practices, and it would be like you cornering your favorite idol in business, your mentor, somebody that you really, really worship and respect. And you were able to sit down with them and get their best words of business advice. And this would be the same thing. All of these stories, say you don't want to read about where they grew up and how they started, but you want just to get their best business practices, you would go to the end of every story. And again, you can go online to our archives and go look at every one of the do's and don'ts of business at the end of every story. I say you could make a compendium of business just from that alone. And if you start seeing duplicates, I say, what's a clue look like? You want to incorporate that into your everyday business practices.
And by the way, the new website has launched.
Woohoo!
SmallBusinessTodayMagazine.com
or SBTMagazine.net.
And you can go to the online editions. I think there's about a dozen up there, a couple of back issues, plus the most recent of these issues here in front of us.
And also want to talk about we have about 45 submissions every month of people that have great content, and we cut them down depending on the magazine, be 25 or less. And again, none of them can be infomercials. It's got to be beneficial to the reader. And for example, is one that how to do business with people in Cuba. You may not go into Cuba, but you may meet people that are from Cuba here. You may meet people from China. Wherever you live or wherever you see the show, you're going to encounter people from other countries. And so that's a great column that we always have in our magazine, is about doing business with people from other countries.
And that's the editorial content, the column, but we do feature articles on various companies.
That's right.
That one of them in there is the Houston Metropolitan Chamber, which is the centerfold
this one?
Patricia's. And right after the centerfold story, you've got the, if you go a couple pages back, about 4 pages towards the back of the magazine.
Towards the back.
And there we have Candy Bouquet International.
Yeah,
Dr.
that's
Jim
a great.
Wheeler,
yeah, they're terrific.
right?
It's
and
a great
about their
story.
company.
Yeah,
Great story. So if you want to be profiled in the pages of the
which
magazine,
issue is this? This was the October 2015 issue.
beautiful reprints. Hold up, Craig's
Yes, talk
There you
about
go. Sales Nexus.
Sales
one of our
Nexus.
sponsors.
And that's where we're actually filming, is Sales Nexus.
So we do a feature article, and it comes with these beautiful
Reprints.
slick reprints.
Really
Indeed.
nice. And I said we appreciate and thank you, Craig Klein, salesnexus.com. He's a CRM and email marketing company, and they really do a great job.
Now, there's a few missing links on the website, including Barbara. She's a missing link.
No, baby. Looking at the hair on you, I think you're the missing link. He could use her services, please.
To be able to search for a
Exfoliate.
topic like business plans, social media, etc., and it'll bring up all the articles there about. And there's also a master calendar that we're yet to activate, which will have all of the various events around the city, certification programs, webinars, golf tournaments, conferences will all be uploaded by the Youth and Minority Supplier Development Council.
And soon, information about our cruise.
Yes.
It's going to be the entrepreneur
ship.
Yeah. The ship hyphen ship. He came up with that.
The entrepreneur
He did come up with that one.
And we're either leaving January 15th or January 29th.
Around that, in the end of January next year.
We have to say who has more meeting rooms and who'll give us the best concessions. But a week-long cruise will be some networking, some workshops,
continue education, credit,
networking in other markets with business leaders there to
each port of calls,
synergy. But we're going to set sail with, I hope, will be at least 100, maybe several hundred entrepreneurs on
of
one
different
ship.
Categories that you'll be able to interact with. Maybe you didn't
pack your notebook, pack your bikini. Let's go.
Well, what if you're a guy? You want him to wear a bikini? You're going to wear your bikini, Steve?
My new speed.
Oh yeah,
I have. That's what I plan to do.
Please, could you wear a bag over your whole body like a tent?
We're going to Cozumel, Grand Cayman, and Jamaica.
And Jamaica, man.
That's right. So it'd be a week-long.
So how you been going today?
And it's a tax write-off.
Yes.
Because it's
you're going to be getting continued education credit. You're going to be making contents of your interest in each port of call, and making great connections on ship.
Absolutely. So all that is coming soon.
That's a great idea.
Thank you.
In the 7 or so minutes we have left, Barbara, we should introduce.
We are going to introduce Claudia Gonzalez.
A new client.
Yes, she's a lot prettier than you are, and me.
Well, yeah, she's very pretty.
But she can offer services like. It's not exfoliation. That's laser hair removal. Yes, we need for your chest. Get rid of all the chest hair.
My chest. Well, yes, your chest.
I don't have hair on my chest.
Okay.
I think you should know that.
All right. Miss Claudia Gonzalez is with Skinsense Spa.
Skinsense Spa, and she specializes in skincare that will make you feel beautiful. I want you to feel beautiful and say you look marvelous. That's what we can say after you go see her. Fabulous. You look like $1,000,000.
So anyway,
and she's a specialist in helping people understand what they need to improve and take care of their skin. So, like you're right now working with Tide, Mind, and Body. First, you worked on your inside. You worked on dealing with your health, and that you used Dr. Tricia Kapovic of Royal Oaks Wellness to learn how to do proper nutrition. Then you're working with Tide, Mind, and Body now to learn how to properly exercise and work those muscles that you haven't worked in a long time. And now you need to. The final part is the exterior.
And they're in this issue. They're in the Kenny
Azudu, which is the August 2015 issue.
Yep, Tide, Mind, and Body. And they'll be doing morning exercises on the ship. They call it Ride with Tide.
Ride with Tide. So she could be talking about how to protect yourself from the sun and look beautiful. But, that's the whole thing is that Claudia specializes in that. And so you're improving. You're losing weight. You're dieting. But what do you do? Because your skin kind of doesn't catch up when you're doing all these other things. So there's things you can do. Claudia, tell me, where did you grow up?
I grew up here in Houston. And
how did you get involved in dealing with skin?
I've always been interested in beauty and skincare, so I started looking into laser hair removal, and I took a course, and I loved it. I loved all the different things that you can do with the laser. For example, photofacial, you could take spots off your face, things like that. Not just laser hair removal, so I love that about laser. And then I took another course for esthetician, so now I can do other things.
So you're a licensed esthetician as well, right?
Yes, I am.
And what about the cold therapy? I'm seeing stuff about that. Are you familiar with that? They're
cool sculpting.
Yeah, cool sculpting. Thank you.
With the laser, there is a treatment that you could do. It basically kind of freezes the fat cells underneath your skin, and then from there you lose inches. It just kind of you flush it out through your system.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I mean, because a lot of people could exercise till the cows come home, and it doesn't mean
There's
using their
those stubborn
pockets.
areas,
Yeah,
yeah.
those stubborn areas. I know them when I used to be much more athletic and I'd work out. My thighs looked like thunder thighs. They were just solid muscle. I felt like the go before you're born. Earl Campbell was a running back for the Houston Oilers, and he was just his massive legs, and I felt like I was his sister, you know, getting those kind of thighs. And so the muscle and those things don't necessarily get rid of all the little fat pockets.
Yes, and actually at Skinsense we do something called skin tightening, which will help with the loose skin, like especially on the face. That's really what I do is basically on the face and neck. So that helps a lot, kind of lift your skin, and it keeps it from, I guess, being saggy.
I guess so. I
didn't want to use that word.
Steve
but
could help. That it would be nice, it would be. I mean, I'm just telling you, he does something really bad, and I guess when I was younger, I was a model for Revlon. And I was taught how to apply makeup, not just that. It took theatrical makeup, and even the certain things that you do for your skincare and applying lotions. And one thing is your neck is so delicate.
Yes.
And he does something that I go, oh, don't do that. He pulls on his
he
skin.
pulls. Oh, yeah.
That's so. And am I correct? That breaks
Yes.
down the tissue, which is a very delicate area.
Yes, you should always put lotion going upwards.
Going upward.
Upward strokes.
Upwards, and never pull on your
Yes,
skin on your
never
neck.
do that, yeah.
Because it makes it sag.
Yes.
And so.
That's very true.
So, but can laser help something like that?
Laser, the skin tightening treatment that I do does help with that. You do need a couple of more than one treatment, but it does last up to 6 months.
Oh.
So it's a really great invasive, yes, thank you, non-invasive treatment that I do, and it doesn't hurt or anything, and it helps.
That's nice, because I tried one time, and I'll tell you, it was before my daughter's wedding. What year was that? 2000.
Well,
what
we
year?
got married in 99. They got married 2 years later, I believe.
No, it was longer than that. Much longer than that.
Okay.
It was like 2006. She was graduated high school in 2002. You're totally off there.
Don't look at me. I don't remember.
So, I think they've only been married about 8 years. What was I going to say? I'm just trying to think what brought that up about Gina.
Were you going to talk about a treatment that you have?
Yes, that's right, for a wedding. Thank you. Senior moment here. Hello. I decided to interview a spa.
Okay.
And I thought, well, let me try it. And I tried some things. I said, I'm never going to do that again. They said, oh, you don't bruise and it won't hurt. So, yes,
yeah.
I tried Botox one time. Yeah. And I bruise easily. And I had bruises all over. Thank God I didn't do it the day before the wedding or a week before, because it took a few weeks for me my face to calm down. I did try the laser exfoliation, and that burned too. That's like
there's a lot of lasers out there that are very painful, but the treatments that I do aren't very painful at all.
Give me an example of what. We got a minute and a half. He was giving me a little signal.
Okay. Yes.
But for example, what treatments do you think is best for all ages and skin types?
I think if I wanted to pick something, it would probably be a facial. Like if you did a facial on a monthly basis, it always helps.
How does it help? What does it do?
It keeps your skin looking really great. It helps your pore size. Sometimes after a certain age, your skin kind of starts going downhill.
Yeah, tell me about it. 63. I know that. Went past that stage a long time ago.
Yeah, so it helps it look clean. It kind of it just helps the elasticity, collagen, all those things kind of.
I know that but I mean, like, do you have any things that are specialized, like for bridal packages or anything like that?
Definitely. I can do packages if you come in and you have like a special event like that. I definitely can work on.
Have a group of friends come together and have a little party.
Yeah, a little laser party. Laser hair
we'll talk about
party.
laser parties and other parties when we come back from break.
Yeah.
We're talking to the lovely Claudia Gonzalez with Skinsense Spa over up Echo Lane and I-10 on the west side of town, but I'm sure she has clients all over. And we'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to Small Business Today Magazine Talk. talk show
on the SBT Magazine Radio Network.
Hello, I'm Paul Marcus, owner of Affordable Searches, your premier investigation company specializing in comprehensive background checks nationwide. Business owners know one of the most important things to do is the hiring of employees. However, if you make mistakes or you don't check them out thoroughly, this could lead to problems. Some of the problems may be unsafe business environment, possible violence in the workplace, negligent hiring, lawsuits, and a turnover of employees. Our website has a wealth of information for you to read and learn how to run the correct background checks. We are also available for free consultations at 1-877-685-6691. Visit our testimonials page to see what our current customers say about us.
And welcome back to Small Business Magazine Talk Show
On the SBT Magazine Radio Network.
That wasn't too bad. We have to practice that between the breaks. Okay, Claudia?
Okay.
And we are back with Claudia Gonzalez of Skinsense Spa over on Echo Lane.
That's
at,
right.
Interstate 10 on the west side of
How
town.
can people find out about you? Do you have a website?
I do have a website. It is laser hair removal treatment HoustonTX.com. So,
Laser hair
Removal
treatment.
I'm
Oh, I
sorry,
got a cough
laser
now.
hair treatment in HoustonTX.com.
Okay. And best way to get a hold of you?
If you give me a phone call,
Okay.
281-210-9049, Skinsense 950 Echo Lane, Suite
And,
200.
She will be in the Evelyn Plitzer issue of the magazine, referred by Evelyn Plitzers. And so,
EAS.
all right, so when did you set up your spa? What year?
I started in 2015,
Okay.
the summer of 2015, yes.
And what makes that spa really unique compared to any place else they can go for?
Basically, it's really great for somebody that is trying to find something that's non-invasive and also discreet. I am in a professional atmosphere, in a professional office building, and most of my clients...
I love that office building.
Yeah, it's really pretty, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves it.
Which one is it?
basically, It's on Echo Lane. It's
You said which office building that you were saying you love it.
Well, I've been there several
Where?
times. There's a title company in there,
Yeah.
and I can't remember who else, but I've been in and out of the building several. It's real rich looking inside.
Nice. Very
Yes.
nice.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of wood. Inside.
What floor are you on?
Second. It's on Suite 200.
Uh-huh.
And you just go up to the second floor. There's a reception area there, and you just announce yourself to the receptionist, and everybody feels welcome. You know.
How many people do you have there?
It's just me.
Okay.
Right now. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And your the receptionist there.
Well, yeah, and yeah. So she just calls, gives me a phone call, and I come out and greet, and we get started on the consultation, and everything rolls from there.
Do you ever do house calls? Like go to somebody's place for an event or anything?
Not right now. I haven't done that yet, but who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe an area that nobody's
Yeah.
doing. Who knows?
Yeah.
So have you always been interested in skincare and laser hair removal? Tell me about your career path. Tell me what
led me
business
to
you in first, or where you worked, and what led you up to this decision that, hey, I need to be in the skincare business?
Well, I started going to college, and I started looking into nursing, and I didn't really. Nursing was not for me, so I started looking at other things that I really was passionate about, and not try to find a position or work that mainly for money. So I basically just stuck to what I liked to do, what I was interested in, what I had a passion for, and so that's what led me to go in and do a laser course. And then from there on in, I started learning more and more about
estheticians, aesthetics.
Aesthetics,
Is that
beauty.
right? Yeah,
yes.
right.
Yes. So from there, that's what led me here.
Who would you recommend come see you? What types of people would you recommend would be good to come see you?
Anybody, any age group is great. Most of my clients are very interested in either laser or whatever specials. I always have specials going on, so they always come in and see me for specials. Maybe somebody's looking to see where they can come in the area that's nearby and that's accessible for them, and they get a good treatment, good price. And I also have a dermatologist on staff too,
Oh,
Dr.
good.
Casey Wang. And so she's always available too. So for all my clients.
What about people that have acne? Is or anything that other than taking medication? Is there things they can do to help either their face skincare or treatments that you offer?
Yes, I do have a skin line. Well, the skin line that we promote is Rodan and Fields, and they're basically the dermatologists that created Proactive. So within that Rodan and Fields line is an acne based line, which is very easy to use. It's like three steps and you're done. So you wash your face and it takes care of everything. It stops acne, and it also gives you kind of like a skin routine that you can do at home.
Nice. But what about you and your own program? Is there any program that can help facilitate the combination utilizing the product? And
I also have a acne treatment with the laser, which is it helps get rid of any acne that is currently kind of
flared up.
Yeah, flared, and so it does help with that. And so I use it sometimes on people's back because you get that back knee.
Oh yeah.
So definitely.
I remember, and it was, of course, stress. I'm probably stress related, or it could have been hormones. Thinking about it, it's probably hormones, that's where the stress came from. Once a month or so, I'd get one humongous pimple here or over here. Can anybody could any of your treatment help? Let's say I've got an important function to go to, and I just didn't want that horrible place. And of course, they tell you don't press on it, don't do anything. Is there anything they could do to come to you to help something like that?
Yes, definitely. If you come in once a month to get an acne deep cleansing facial, and when exactly you're going to break out, then you could just come in day before or something, and
so it's preventative care.
Yeah, it is. And also on top of that, having the routine at home, when you know that you're going to be breaking out, or you have that stressful feeling that your skin's going to break out or something, then you could just use the treatment at home also. Get the acne and then get your regular treatment, whether it's for sunspots or rosacea or whatever. So you just have that kind of on the back burner, in case you really need it. So that's how I use it anyway.
Yeah, I know that because I didn't have any other than once a month, and I think that was hormonal, dealing with the menses or stuff like that. So what about diet? Do you have any people that you recommend, any products or something that they internally can be changing their diet to help their skin?
Right now, I'm working on with the dermatologist, Dr. Casey Wang. She does have a nutritionist that she wants to introduce. So we're working on something like that, and hopefully in the near future. So.
Yeah, she'll have to introduce her to Dr. Tricia Kapovic of Royal Oaks Wellness. She'd be a great nutritionist to speak to.
Yes.
I had a question more about starting your business. When you had you owned a business prior to this one?
I did try other businesses. I had a jewelry business before, and I did do like a dump truck business before.
Really?
Yes. So
you don't seem like a dump truck kind of gal.
Yeah, I'm not. So I kind of got away from that because, again, it wasn't my passion. So I just kind of moved on from that. But I've always wanted to have my own business.
What would you recommend to somebody just starting a business, maybe somewhere in the health industry or wellness, who's just starting a business? What advice would you give them?
I would I would advise whoever's looking to open a new business to really be passionate about what you're looking at, as a business. Don't go after the money. It's really go after your heart and what you want to do. Yeah.
And any other pieces of advice for somebody other than being passionate and going with their heart?
You have to keep going at it. I mean, you can't just let little things stop you. So you just have to have the mindset of you're just going to keep rolling along.
How long have you been open?
Well, that's an interesting question.
Just thought I'd
Because
ask.
I just started.
Okay.
It's going to be almost a year.
Okay.
So yeah. So.
Well, can I ask how old you are?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why would you do that to me?
Because you look so pretty and young.
Oh, I'm 40.
No.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Obviously, here it is. This is an example of great skincare. I would have
Thank
sworn
you.
she was in her early 20s. So
Oh, wow. Thank you.
seriously, no, that's no BS. And I'm never,
Thank you.
So look at this flawless face, and she's almost
Oh, I don't know
40.
about
Okay.
flawless, but
Well, it
okay,
looks pretty
thank you.
darn good. Now I'll have to put my glasses on here. Okay. Yeah. Very nice. There's no wrinkles.
Anybody tell you don't do it? Claudia, don't start a business. You don't want to be in bed. Anybody talk you out of it?
Well, there's people that might have their opinions, but you kind of take it as a grain of salt and you just keep going,
Everybody's going to have
Everybody's
naysayers.
going to have their
They
opinion.
say you have to have skin like a rhinoceros.
But use good
Yes.
skincare when you do.
Yeah, that's right.
Moisturize.
Moisturize and exfoliate.
Definitely.
Well, you've been in business almost a year. What's the one thing you wished you knew before you started your business?
I wish that I don't know. That's a really great question. Oh, I know what. SEO,
Search
Search
engine
engine
optimization.
marketing myself online. Yes. Because it's been a learning curve, let me tell you.
Do you use videos ever to promote what you do? Some before and afters or testimonials?
I do have a tattoo removal video on my Facebook, but yeah, I do plan to make more videos.
Okay, 'cause we've got a great guy in search engine optimization over
That's
here.
right.
Mr.
MovieWhip. Ronald Coleman, MovieWhip.com. He does videos and filming movies and everything.
great.
But he also does SEOs. So it's not just a film company.
Yes.
So that's
Flip side of that question is, what's the one thing you're glad you knew before you started your business?
The one thing I'm glad I had the mindset. I know that that's what end result is, what my goals are, and I just keep going and keep going. You have to have the mindset. If you're kind of like shaky on something that you're doing, then you have to kind of own it and keep going.
so you really enjoy what you do.
Yes.
You found the right thing now. You're
Yes.
happy with it. You
Did
can
you
tell.
have a
Very
mentor?
happy.
Did you have a mentor at all?
Evelyn Fletcher was
Evelyn.
she
Isn't
was
she
my
wonderful?
Evelyn's with Electronic
Assembly
Services.
EAS.
Services.
And she's our cover on I think it's going to be.
Well, we could talk to her because
we
we
have to talk
confirmed
to her.
because
Yeah.
your mic's at your neck. You need
Okay.
to put your mic up a little higher.
So-
not your chin.
Evelyn, now how did you meet Evelyn?
I met her through my husband. My husband's a vendor for her, and we started talking, and she became more than just, a business contact. She's a really good friend and a really great mentor for me.
She's a very
So-
humble person, too.
Yes, she is. She's got a lot of energy, and it's kind
She's
of...
very similar to me. I mean, really similar to me. Even just the
laughs a lot,
feistiness and
yes.
stuff like that. Growing up, that was me. Always kind of a tomboy and.
Oh, okay, yeah. I could see that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
with our height, like we were. It's true. Yeah, Evelyn's wonderful. I love
Yeah.
her energy and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yes, she's very smart. She's a very good businesswoman.
Now imagine if you're really good, you're gonna lose a client because eventually you're gonna lose all that hair, take off those tattoos, get their skin looking good. How many treatments does
Then
it take
there's
for
more
each
people.
item?
Then there's more
Then the
people coming
referrals.
More people
Good for
coming in,
you.
right?
Yes.
How many treatments is it for different things? Is there average? It depends on the individual.
Well, for laser hair removal, for example, it is 6 treatments
Okay.
until you actually, get 80% reduction. It's called laser hair reduction, permanent reduction. It's not laser hair permanent removal. So
Okay.
you will have reduction after 6 treatments. So yes. And
Why is it certain parts of the body, people that don't want to grow hair, they grow up in places you don't want it, and then there are places they really need it and it goes away. For example, eyebrows. If someone plucks too much when they're younger, then it doesn't come back, or they miss when they're shaving and shave their eyebrow off. What causes that? Do you have any idea? In like, for example, eyebrows.
I'm guessing age.
Age?
And this is just a guess. I'm guessing age because, it's all hormone, the way that your hair...
Maturation.
Maturation.
It's called old, honey. Old. You're old. The dinosaurs were walking. You got to figure out you're older. That's what it is.
Before she starts naming all
I didn't say
dinosaurs,
you.
She used to know. Anyway,
I just,
we are going to talk more about the treatments that she has available at Skinsense Spa. Again, we're talking to the lovely Claudia Gonzalez, Skinsense Spa over at Echo Lane and I-10 West.
Skinsense Med Spa.
Med Spa. And again, what's your phone number there?
281-210-9049.
And we'll be right back with Claudia Gonzalez with Skinsense in just a few minutes. A few words from our sponsors. And you're listening to Small Business Magazine Talk Show on the SBT Magazine Radio Network.
At Affordable Searches, our mission is to provide our customers with the most thorough background check possible to protect you, your employees, and also your business. We do so by contracting with companies across the country that provide us with the best information possible and in a quick turnaround time. Our turnaround times average anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. Our pricing is very competitive, and we are always here for you. We're always here to answer any questions you have. Please give us a call at 1-877-685-6691, and we'll be glad to answer each and every question that you have.
And welcome back to Small Business Magazine Talk Show
on the SBT Magazine Radio Network.
And we are back.
I hear your voice now, Claudia. That's raw.
We are back.
You didn't take cheerleading in school, huh?
With Skinsense Med Spa.
That's right. With Claudia Gonzalez, Skinsense Med Spa.
And she's already doing big things for her first year in business.
I know.
She's got rave reviews from some of her clients. I know that for sure.
That's right.
Particularly Evelyn Fletcher.
With EAS.
A client of hers with EAS, who's an upcoming cover honoree.
Right. And we want to thank our sponsors again, Craig Klein, salesnexus.com.
That's right, Tony Now,
Autoshoppers.biz. Two locations of vehicles.
One on 1960 and one on Kirkendall.
That's where we get our cars from, and he helped me after the flood and lent a car to me. And it wasn't just a car; it was a Volvo SUV. So.
And then Paul Marcus.
Paul Marcus, AffordableSearches.com. Thank goodness if you ever need a background searches, really thorough and reasonable price, he's the guy to call. And
he is the guy.
He is the guy. He helped us when I was trying to find a place to live and couldn't find any place, so I just started searching people that owned abandoned houses and found the owner and was able to make a deal. So thank goodness that was when our house flooded.
Those are some of our sponsors, and
of course,
Craig Klein for giving us locations here to be able to broadcast each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Right, and of course we have that guy over there.
By the way,
you know
speaking of Mr.
Ronald Coleman, moviewhip.com, and the other guy next to him, you know him?
No.
George Davis, engineer extraordinaire. That's
okay.
My son.
And he looks a lot like you.
He's smart. He's smart.
Anyway,
boy.
But yes, Jerome Davis as
technical support services
engineer.
That's right.
Now, if you missed any of our shows over the last few weeks, you now go to Small Business Today Magazine on Facebook. Click on the radio graphics, and you'll be able to go to archives and watch all the YouTube.
What about on our website? Is it there yet?
What's that?
The link.
You can tune in via the website. You can also watch the shows.
SBTmagazine.net or smallbusinessmagazine.com, right?
Either one, yep.
Okay.
So they have the archives of the shows as we get them to Rafa and Livy, and then they post them.
Right.
As we get them from Mr. Coleman.
That's cool.
So
cool beans.
go.
That's
so
right. And I was looking at this. I have a question because I was looking at his face, my face.
Oh, here we go.
No, it's not what you think. What's the difference between freckles and age spots?
Okay. Age spots freckles and age spots are from the sun.
It is. It's
So,
the same. It's just
it's the same thing.
melatonin in the skin or something like
Yes,
that. Is
yeah.
basically. There's really much difference.
I mean, no, not really.
So, I mean,
it comes
yeah.
from the sun. So
I mean, because a lot of people are born with freckles, like I was.
you were born with
Freckles, yeah, I have freckles all over my whole nose and cheeks,
Aw.
and
Yeah. So yeah, sometimes more people have tendency to get more age spots than other people.
Right.
So yeah, that's where. But mainly they come from the sun.
sun. So I mean, you can do things if you want to get rid of them, or if it just goes with your hair color, and say, hey, freckles, everybody has them or whatever. So, but some people, they don't want to have them. Then you have treatments that can
Definitely, we
minimize
have a skin
them.
line that minimizes those age spots or freckles or liver spots, whatever you want to call them. It'll help with that. And we also have, I do a photofacial, which also helps with age spots. And then I do spot treatments on the skin. So it all, yeah, I do different treatments. It just depends on what it is that you're looking for. What's your, do you want something that, and I mean, we also send you off with a really great skin line. So, I mean, you can extend your photofacial or whatever treatment that I give you along with the skin line.
So it's kind of hand in hand. It's
Yes.
it's symbiotic relationship there. They go along parallel. That helps enhances
Well,
it.
you don't have to mention names, but give me one of your big success stories. Somebody that you work with that maybe you see more of a challenge, or somebody else.
Did you have anything like that? You don't have to talk
Somebody
about them in name. Don't name
No.
them.
Somebody with a tattoo that was kind of challenging, or somebody with a laser hair issue. Something that was beyond the
Yeah.
norm that you were able to help with.
Okay. Well, not recently, but a while back, there was this little girl that came to to where I was working before, and we did laser hair removal all the time there. That's just basically what we did. So this little girl comes in. She's like 12 years old. She had hair all over her face, and
Oh, my.
we were able to minimize like 80% of the hair on her face. So
What did
she
they
was
call
so
that?
happy.
Hirsutism?
Yes, it was something like that, where
So-
it was just like all over her face. Like she
That-
was just
it's
very
a genetic
unhappy.
thing. Yeah, because that's where they had the wolf lady in the circus. That's where that comes from.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't-
but it was pretty like
How old is she?
She was
12.
about 12. She was very young, so that kind of changed her life.
Oh yeah,
around a
I'm sure
lot.
children can be so cruel.
Yes. So she was very, very happy, and so that's a story that I always go back to. And
Makes you feel good.
Yeah.
I know. I was born a little premature, and it was at the stage, when they're in utero, there is hair and stuff on
Right.
the baby, and I came out with the hair still, and my mother thought I was really ugly, like I looked like a little monkey with the hair hanging down the side of my, forehead, and my mother's friend came in and said, "Oh, your baby's gorgeous," and my mother said, "I knew she was full of something before, but that confirmed it," because she said, "No one." She even thought I was an ugly baby because I had all this hair. So good, it went away.
yes.
Any other success stories you want to share with us?
I mean, it's always nice to have, whenever you start with somebody and you start treating what they have, whether it's a spot or a little bit of hair or something like that. And at the end of their treatment, when they're happy, that's the best part for me. Yeah.
What about scars? I mean, I had chicken pox. That's how my mother kept trying to clean this little spot on my nose.
Oh.
And she kept rubbing it. She was getting alcohol, and it just got worse, and it was chicken pox. So I made a terrible scar on my nose. And it was a brown place, from that scar. Are any of the things you do that help scars?
Yes, it's microneedling. It's what you would basically do, and sometimes you could even do a little bit of filler on that scar if it's deep enough or wherever it is.
Oh yeah, like
So-
people have pock marks,
Right.
and and those are deep. Mine was more of a
spot.
yeah.
Dark spot.
I can feel it. Isn't that funny? But yeah,
Yeah, you could put a little bit of filler sometimes, or sometimes just a microneedling, which helps with scars or stretch marks.
Oh yeah, it's stretch marks. So you have something that helps with stretch marks.
Yes. Microneedling.
Microneedling.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or peels, chemical peels.
Now some of those things hurt though, don't they? Isn't it kind of like a mild sunburn feeling?
Yeah, afterwards, but during the treatment, what I do is we do a numbing cream, so you don't really feel anything.
Not during, but afterwards is
Afterwards, you may have a little bit of sensation, like sensitive areas, but and it usually typically goes away within a day. So
is there cream or something one can put on afterwards, after those treatments?
After that treatment, I mean, the best thing to do is just
take Tylenol.
Moisturize.
Tylenol.
No, it's not that. It's not that bad, really. It's just you're gonna be red. I did microneedling not too long ago. The lady was red for like a couple of hours, and then later on she had an event after in the evening, and she was fine.
Now you do Botox and Juvederm, am I correct?
Yes.
Do you do Restylane? Or if so, what's the difference between Restylane and Juvederm?
I don't work with Restylane. I only work with Juvederm. The reason why I just do Juvederm is because it offers basically the same thing that any other line does. Are they basically the same thing? Yeah, they're just
different names.
They're for different parts of the face.
I see.
The filler, so it could be a thinner type filler for, let's say, under your eyes or something like that. And Juvederm offers that too. So there's no reason for me to like move to another line right now. So
how long does Juvederm application last?
It lasts about 6 months to a year. Just depends on what area of the face you put it on. So
have you ever had somebody come and say, I want my lips to like be this big? Do you tell them, do you like give them suggestions? Do you really want to look like that?
Yes, I always we do a consultation and then their expectations, and then from there we go little by little and just kind of baby step it until we get to a place where she's happy and I'm happy.
Yeah, you don't want to just
want her to walk out and look like
Kylie,
Donald Duck
or
something. Or just
they're
too much.
Too much.
But that's my opinion. If somebody wants to come in and have a whole bunch of fillers, and then that's to each his own.
Have you seen? There's something kids were doing really bad. They were using suction. Yes. That's dangerous, isn't it? It can really break down the tissue and blood vessels, can't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good idea to do.
I forgot how they were doing it. Were they using...
Yeah, like a shot glass.
Yeah, something really bad like that. They definitely need to go to professionals, estheticians, am I correct?
Yes, definitely don't try to do anything like that at home.
Oh,
That's
no.
not a good idea.
And licensed people, what do we hear? Horror stories about the people end up getting injections with concrete or some crazy stuff. They went to these... people that didn't know what they were doing had horrible things stuck in their skin.
Yes, definitely. That's why I work alongside with Dr. Casey Wang. And she basically writes down all the guidelines and policies that we have to adhere to. And so she's available at all times to
Excellent.
Kind of question or anything. So
is she there in the same building?
She comes to visit periodically.
So can one make an appointment at your location to see her, or do they have to go to her to see her? How does that work?
Well, she's not there for like a consultation type purpose. She's more there for regulatory and guidelines and things like that.
So you have an issue, you talk to her. Yes. She's your counselor. She's your mentor, counselor, guide to make sure you do dot the I's and cross the T's, right?
Exactly. Yes.
And you don't want to really dot the I's. You want to make them pretty.
No.
Where do you want to be next 5 years? Do you think you're going to expand?
That's a great question.
I thought I'd ask before she did.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to maybe have another location in a different part of town. Perhaps add, like nutrition or body sculpting to my
your
repertoire here.
Repertoire, yeah. Your
my
things,
menu.
Your menu. And what about you have packages though? You offer like companies too?
Yes, I do offer. I do offer packages, and I do have gift certificates too for businesses. If you're looking to give your great employees something like refreshing, something to keep them refreshed or energized, or something that will definitely help them, look great and feel confident, then yeah, definitely.
The whole package.
Yes.
What about, some people have things that are, and I don't know if laser helps or what, toenail issues, fungus, that sort of thing. Do they go to somebody like you for that kind of service? Or somebody else that
I've
does?
done that in the past. So there are lasers that actually help that. That way you don't have to take those medications. That's
Right.
very bad for your health. But there are lasers out there that do that.
That's not an area you work on.
That's not an area.
What do you do anything dealing with feet or hands?
Well, I do have a foot peel that I do with my facials, which is great. It kind of softens your feet and relaxes you at the same time that you're getting your facial.
Nice. Well, anything for hands?
I do have a little massage that I do during the facial, which is also very soothing on your hands and your arms. So yeah, but.
When it gets down to the décolleté, is there any, other than facials, there's no treatments one can do for that area of the skin, can they, or can't they?
Yes, for this area, the décolleté, it is really good to do. I would do sunblock, just to kind of keep your skin looking nice. I've done photo facials on the décolleté. I've done peels.
Okay, so
also
that's
help,
possible.
so,
Okay.
Yeah, yes,
You
definitely.
And
There's something for everything.
Everything. Okay, well, that's good to know. It's good to know. Now, the sculpting, you're not doing sculpting as yet, or you plan to get into that?
Not yet, and I do plan to get into that pretty soon. Yeah, yes, no.
I've heard of again, I guess that has to, when it's injections, well, estheticians can do that. I've heard there's some injections they can do, they do injections and it kills the fat. Do you know about what that is?
Yes, there is a treatment out there that it basically liquefies the fat underneath your skin. And that with a type of laser that there is out there, it kind of freezes the fat at the same time and it flushes out through your body. So yeah, there is something out there for like little fat pockets that are kind of stubborn areas.
I heard people were taking fat out of their behind. The doctors were doing this and then injecting it into other areas where they needed the filler. Have you ever heard of that?
I have heard of that, and yeah, it's interesting. But
I guess dermatologists are doing some of those things.
Yeah, I think that's more like a plastic surgeon. Type,
thing.
That's more invasive, and I don't.
Don't want to do that. No, I say, how do you like my cheeks? No, not these. Well, they were here, but now they're here.
That's crazy. That is.
But,
what's the most unusual request you ever got?
No, she's just cracking me up here. The most unusual, I think, I guess, just trying to get like a specific shape to their hair. Like they want me to
their hairline?
Make a heart, for example, like just make a heart.
Around here on their hairline?
The bikini area.
Oh.
So I'm like, I'm not a miracle worker.
You're not you're not a hairstylist.
I'm not trying to do
beautician.
Yes, exactly.
I'm kind of sorry I asked that question. If I knew where we were going.
Well, you asked.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. That is funny. So they don't wax. Y'all do actually with the laser.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I'm not gonna.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Exactly. It's like,
Barbara, let it go.
Okay. We can have it on your chest like an eagle shape, Look, I'm there. I'm waking up now. I got an eagle on my chest.
So what are the most?
I don't do that.
Most of your clients are hair removal or facial, or what are they?
Right now, it's kind of a bit of a mix. Yeah. I do laser hair removal, facials. There's Botox. There's fillers. There's a variety there.
I think my lips for not having any stuff in there, and my age. Mm-hmm. Do you think something like this, I need fillers in my lips for this age. Do I have? Well, I know this is a point that people get is they call it with a puppet or clown, or what's the terminology when it starts going on the sides here?
This line here.
What's that's called? What's that called? I forgot. Like a
marionette lines.
Marionette. That's it. Marionette lines. Hello. So do you use? What do you use for that? You use fillers or?
You do fillers, and if you're not into fillers or anything like that, we could do skin tightening. When I was talking to you, that's basically radio frequency and the energy. It kind of helps. And then
this area,
lifts.
these jaws.
Yes.
Hate those things.
I think you do well at Women's Council Realtors Department.
Oh yeah,
Women's Council.
I think definitely be fun to have a party, and we did a fun weekend one time, a weekend of indulgences. We had a wine tasting.
Wine and
Indulgence. We had massages, we had manicures and pedicures, and so I think it'd be fun to have a whole weekend getaway at a spa, like a spa getaway thing.
And those that want to pay for it. It was tied in a pajama party, which I wasn't invited to.
Yeah, he was the only guy there. Was a bunch of other women and him. He had fun.
So and they ordered it in advance. I want a facial, or I want a manicure, or a pedicure. And it was just a fun night.
It was fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to put together packages and offer those.
Yes, definitely.
But we'll have to get her to Women's Council Realtors and Dory and
because they do
friends.
fundraising events, and that'd be a fun thing to tie in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Sure.
So we have to plan the next one.
So
yeah.
in growing up in Houston or whatever, we have a lot of sun. Lots of sun.
Yes.
What do you recommend for the average person? We drive in our cars. Do we need to be putting sunscreen when we're in the car?
Use lots of sunscreen. If you work outdoors, the best thing to do is just reapply every 2 hours. If you sweat, it comes off.
Right.
You just reapply.
Do you have a product that you recommend for sunscreen?
The Rodan & Fields line has a great 50 SPF. It comes with each line, so it kind of like you could take it in. I have it in my purse, It's a good size, but it works and it lasts a long time. So yeah.
I don't know if I told you, I used to be a real sun worshiper. I never sunburned, but at 18, I was one of the rare people that get skin cancer.
Oh yeah.
And at that time, again, I'm 18. It was 18. I'm 63, almost 64. They didn't have the SPF, and I surfed, so I had to use red veterinary gel. That's what the doctor, dermatologist had, classic surgeon, that I had to use because they didn't have things that stayed on your skin.
So it was
red veterinary gel. That's what I had to use to protect my skin.
Red
Veterinary. Yeah, real fun. And so yeah, it was nice that they started developing SPS because I was stopped surfing and stayed out of the sun because it didn't particularly want to wear a red veterinary gel all over my body.
Definitely especially here in Houston, we do a lot of outdoors things, and sunblock is the best thing for you.
And
for
people,
any age.
they think just about their skin and their head and their neck and their arms.
Don't forget the top of your ears and
your
the back of your neck.
Do you know where the number one place that women, more prevalent, have melanoma, the malignancies, are found on their thighs, of which I found. I was researching because I saw a mole that changed color and it changed shape, and I was decided to check, and I found when I was looking at it, the most common place for melanomas on women were on their thighs. Wow. And turned out I caught it early enough that they didn't have to take any of my lymph nodes out, but they still had to take 5 inches in diameter. In depth and in diameter to remove it. So it's something important to ladies, men, whoever it is, don't forget about your thighs too.
And all skin types.
All skin types.
Yeah.
And your babies. If you're using it for yourself, use it for your children too.
Yes, definitely.
Is there an age that's too young to be putting any of those things on?
No, I don't think so. I think everyone should protect themselves from the sun.
Exactly.
Sun's rays. Yeah, definitely.
So, well, again, how can people reach you? Tell me again.
Call my number, 281-210-9049, or go on my Facebook page, Skinsense Houston, or go on my website, which is Laser Hair Treatment in Houston, tx.com.
We got to get you a shorter name, a link to it, a short link,
Yeah.
Come up with something quick and short.
Yes.
And the phone number and the address there.
Yeah, the address is 950 Echo Lane.
ECHO Lane. And then again, the phone number again is
281-210-9049.
Well, I said, what's the youngest age you have taken care of at your salon?
Youngest age, I think for laser hair removal would be like 12 years old.
Any other treatment that you did with somebody young?
Not that I can think of.
What's the oldest?
The oldest?
Guess.
I don't know. I'm guessing for age spots. Maybe.
So how old's the oldest person you think you treated?
Oh, actually, we gave my husband's grandmother a facial, and she's 96.
Oh, God bless her. So did she enjoy that?
Yeah, she loved it.
I bet that would be a nice thing for nursing homes. People that want to take their family, give them a little treat, have an outing. Yeah.
Time's up. We've got to end the show, but once again, thank you, Claudia Gonzalez, for coming on the show, for being a client, and a great resource for everyone who wants to look good, feel good, and do better, right?
Yes.
And do big things.
And then you can go around and say, you look marvelous. No, you look marvelous.
Thank you. Anyway, if you missed the show, it'll be up.
She looks marvelous.
The audio link will be up on
so
the
pretty.
Facebook pages and the other social media in just a few minutes. And the video, thanks to Ron Coleman, MovieWhip.com, will be up at MovieWhip.com. Will be up in the next 48 hours. And all the shows are archived on our website. And you've been listening to Small Business Magazine Talk Show on the SBT Magazine Radio Network.